Hey, hey, hey. Hey, beautiful people. Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. If you can hear me, please let me know. Give me a howdy, give me a hey, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the like. Hey, Frederick, Millionaire Q, 5P, Perrin. Howdy, folks. Come on in. Come on in. Hey, Rex. If you all can hear me, please give me some feedback. Let me know. All right. Hey, Main Mama. Thank you so much. Howdy, Kathy. Kathy Cress. Come on in. So is that thumb up, Main Mama, meaning that you can hear me? Please let me know, Main Mama. Hello, Molly. SF. Good evening, our Queen Ager. All right. So you can't hear me. Thank you, Rex, my good man. Come on in, beautiful folks. We have a tonight's call is very, very, very powerful. A man of few words. A man of few words. You're welcome, Melanie. We love you as well. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate that. All right. Thank you, our Queen Ager. Hey, Ramon Davis. All right. Appreciate that. Loud and clear. Awesome. Thank you, Ramon. Jeremiah, our island man. Nova Knickers, our funny farmer. Come on in. Thank you so much, Nova Knickers, for last week sharing and caring and loving on folks, sharing your amazing bank story and success with the bankers. Thank you so much, Nova Knickers. Stingray in the building. All right. Our wonderful founders are here. Oh, thanks, Millionaire Q5P. Glad to be a blessing to all your folks. Thanks, Rob Jones. Millionaire Q5P, we still got to get you on to share. We still didn't. we couldn't get you on Telegram to share. We got to get you on Saturday Call, Millionaire. Tony Hood, come on in. Hey, Thompson 777. I love seeing your name in the room, Thompson 777. Them sevens do it all the time. Yes, David. Thank you so much, AS Die. The beautiful Brunette Grand. The one, the only She-Hulk. None of this would be possible without She-Hulk. She holds the fort down. She protects us. Body slams the trolls. Make sure we're all safe and sound. Thank you for you being you, beloved. Come on in, beautiful folks. Hey, folks, if you're here, you're new, not new. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. Let's go. Let's be a blessing to you and tribe. And make sure everyone that's here, hit that like button. I said I. Okay, I said I. Thank you for the pronunciation. That helps. For all of you folks that are here, we welcome each and every one of you with love and open arms. It's a safe place to ask your questions, get your answers, not just the answers that are told to you or sold to you, but the actual facts with the sources. Thank you, She-Hulk. Oh, Antonio Barnes from VA. Welcome, Antonio. Folks, and tribe, moving forward, the beautiful She-Hawk is going to drop the link to the website, Goldilocks, globalbankingnews.com, periodically throughout the call. And if you guys see anyone asking for the 8 steps, please let She-Hawk know. Let us know just in case if we miss them. Man, a few words as always. Thank you for supporting the community. Man, you're an awesome founder. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting the Super Chat. Alice, our amazing Alice and Sam, the power couple. Yes, Lord. Jai Jai, good evening. A.E. Williams, Peaks, Grease Monkey, come on in. Hey tribe, we got CJ, first time in the chat. Let's greet CJ, let's greet all these beautiful new people, as we always do, with love and open arms. CJ, anyone lurking on the side, observing, drop your questions in the chat. Let's go. Let's get you situated and squared away, your questions answered, get you some guidance, get you some clarity. Hey Antonio, this your first time in the chat? Let me know. The one, the only, R.O. is in the building. R.O. Hey folks, and just so you know, when we go over the articles tonight, hey Nanfidall, boy, I tell you, you guys are gonna be blown away what you see tonight. The beautiful and always amazing, beautiful brunette grands, thank you for supporting the community and your tribe. As always, we appreciate you supporting through Super Chat, beloved. Thank you so much. Yes. Tony Hood, where you dialing in from? Okay, and just so you all are aware, one second. And just so you all are aware, good evening, S. Dot. We are going to have an amazing update from Kathy tonight. You guys are going to be blown away about her bank relationships, her wealth managers. Blown away. Awesome, Kathy Cress. I'm glad you're able to join us in the YouTube chat. Hey, Pink Lady. And also, this is what I would like. Oh, great question, Jeremiah. As a matter of fact, Jeremiah, trust, yes. That is something that can definitely come up in conversation with your wealth managers. You can drop the question once you begin establishing those relationships and asking them if they are able to set up trust, because many of our members have trust accounts that have been set up for their exchanged funds. As a matter of fact, Kathy's going to be sharing tonight that on that very topic about a trust account set up by her wealth management firm as well. All right, so many members have already done it, accomplished it, and you're going to be hearing live tonight from Kathy, who's going to be sharing tonight about her wealth management firm and her bank and her trust account for her exchange funds. Also, what I would like, we're going to have Kathy, and I would like 2 more volunteers to join us later, Kathy and I, where I want you, if you have for those of you who have established your tier 1 banking relationships and or also private wealth management firms, I would like for you to join Kathy and I as well. I need two volunteers. Just type help. The first two that types help into the chat, we're going to bring you on later because you'll have the opportunity to share with everyone here what you did, how you did it, and they can ask you questions. Because it's very important for us to express and teach people the difference between tier 1 and wealth and private wealth, and how they can utilize both for their currency and their wealth coming. The amazing Alice and Sam, thank you so much for supporting your community, getting the word out. We appreciate you so much, Alice and Sam, supporting through Super Chat. We appreciate you. All right, the beautiful brunette Graham, we got you. I'm going to have you on with myself and Kathy later. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much, the beautiful brunette Graham. You've come so far with your tier 1s, bank, your private wealth firm, and you're in the banking industry. So we appreciate you coming on. So we'll have you and Kathy, and I would like to get one more volunteer that would come on with the beautiful brunette Grant and Kathy later to discuss the difference between tier 1 and private wealth, so we can educate the people so they can get prepared as well. Hey, Carrie. Come on in. Good evening, Carrie. Control. There is no bank specifically that offers a Vietnamese dong account. You don't need a specific currency account to exchange your currency. I really want to understand your question a little more. I want to make sure you're clear on what you're really asking, Control, but there's no bank that has a specific account for a specific currency. You may want to ask your question in a different way, but I want to make sure we help you. I see some little bit of confusion in your question, Control. So let's help to get you clarified, my friend. And again, maybe ask your question in a different way, or ask something else, Control, or if I answered your question and clarified it for you. All right. So new folks that you're here, this is our early check-in between 8:30 to 9. This is our early check-in. We come on in, we get warmed up, we answer questions, we meet, and so at 9 o'clock in 15 minutes or so, we will officially kick off the live, and at 9:05, the dialogues will begin. I would encourage each and every one of you that are listening to this, that are watching this, to be very intent when you see what you're going to see tonight, and also what you're going to hear. You're going to hear from amazing, powerful people that have established their relationships with banks. They've gone in with private wealth management firms. Some of them have had these bankers to their homes, been out to events. Many of these people are very set and sorted. Garlic Stream Bean, awesome. Be careful on the road, beloved. Hey, ERER. Okay, and I moved states away. What you suggest? Okay, Dylan McLeod. you can keep the relationship that you had. Keep the relationship, Dylan, but you can also establish another relationship in your local area. So just so that you are aware, Dylan, you can establish these relationships via Zoom calls. So it's not about your physical location, just so that you're aware. As long as you follow the 8 steps, you can do this process remotely. It doesn't have to be face-to-face in the beginning, but you definitely want to meet them eventually face-to-face. Thank you, Garlic Stream Bean. And so, Dylan, let me know if that gives you clarity. Pink Lady, there is no bank. The Iraqi dinar is not international. So how would a bank, and what I see, Pink Lady, is that you may have called or contacted a bank asking them if they exchange the dinar or the dong. How is that possible when the dinar is not an international currency? So this is where, Pink Lady, many people have made that mistake, but we help to correct that simply by people following the 8 steps. And many people here, and you're going to hear from them tonight, they're completely established with the banks. Many of the banks know that they have currency and what currencies they have. But I'm not going to go into great detail on what to do and how to do it, because that's why we established the 8 steps, Pink Lady. But you clearly made some of the common mistakes that other people make, calling banks, maybe mentioning currencies, asking if, hey, do you exchange a dinar? Are you going to? Nope, it's not what you do. There's a whole entire process called the 8 steps, beloved. And we can help you, Pink Lady. We can help you. Thank you, Alice. Folks, when you see these questions, tribe. This is your community. You know this is your domain. Please jump in, answer the questions you see in the room. Help me preserve my energy. We got a long call. I'm going to be talking a lot. So you amazing leaders and tribe, jump on in and answer these questions. Help these folks out. I appreciate it so much. You're welcome, Dylan. Hey, Peggy. Industrial Bees in the house. Steven. Lytel. There, you're right. You're Kathy. They will eventually. We welcome you all with unconditional love. Come on in. And Kathy and Brunette Grand, I'm ready for you guys later. Then you guys will join me in the Telegram room later. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy Crest. We appreciate the love. Yes, Lord. I would like to get one more volunteer. We have Kathy that's going to be on later, and the beautiful Brunette Graham that's going to share the difference between Tier 1 and private wealth management. I would like to get one more. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Brunette Graham. Yeah, you actually corrected me. Thank you, Brunette Graham. Yes. One more volunteer. Any of the tribe that will join us later. Appreciate you. Come on in. Yes. Hey, Kathy, you're gonna be blown away what you're gonna. I'm gonna ask you to read tonight. It's gonna be brief, but it's gonna be oh so powerful regarding the global currency reset. Oh, okay. Queen Asia. Are you saying you will volunteer to join Kathy and Brunette Grand myself tonight, later on? Mimi. How you doing, Mimi? The amazing Mimi. Okay. Thank you so much, Queen Asia. Folks, at 9 o'clock, we'll get kicked off with the live officially. Right now, we are in the Q&A welcoming session for new people, not so new people, all people. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. And we have plenty of leaders here in the community that will be more than willing to answer your questions and give you the guidance you need, because many of them have already gotten themselves completely situated. They've been here with us from the beginning, and they know what's going on. Thank you, Next Level. Appreciate you, beloved. Appreciate you so much. No, it does not, S. Dot. Once we begin the live, the music, the music goes away. I turn the. This is just for the. This is just. I hope it's not bothering you too much, S. Dot. Unless you like the music, S. Dot, maybe we'll keep it on. But if your question is you don't like it, we're definitely turning it down when we start the call. Hey, Dong Thai Tan from Vietnam. Good evening. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the channel, MS. We appreciate you for helping to get the word out and pushing and supporting the channel. Thank you so much. We appreciate you supporting through Super Chat. Peace and blessings. Oh, Mar Rosario. I know what's going on, Brunette Grand. I like the music. Oh, awesome, Jeff. Glad to have you back. Okay, Kathy. Oh, that's funny. Speak your mind, Kathy. Tell us how you really feel. Hey, Rosario Salinas. Good evening. No problem, S. Dot. No problem. You'll get used to it. In 5 to 10 minutes, we go down on the music. This is just the meet and greet time, S. Dot. Appreciate your feedback. Oh, Nova Knickers likes the music. Oh, right, our buddy farm. We don't have a DJ booth for anybody to make any suggestions, music suggestions. how's the weather in Vietnam right now, Dung Thi Tran? Come on in, beautiful folks. Tonight, we're going to show you the governor of the CBI is speaking of a very huge plan. And it's in writing. In black and white, the receipts. Huge plan for the Iraqi banking system, for the Dinar. Hey, Queen Nature loves the music. All right now. Vietnam and their global stand. Oh, it's warm in Vietnam. Awesome. Yeah, it's always. I would imagine it's always warm in Vietnam, unless you get to the. I think Vietnam has major rain. Hey, Alton. Welcome, Alton Wright. Folks, you're going to see also tonight on how XRP has been, as officially yesterday, May the 1st. XRP is really integrating into the global banking system again. If you know, XRP is the bridge asset that will enable the exchanges of all currencies into your local currency, from the dinar to your local currency, the dong to your local currency, whatever it may be. It is XRP. That's right, our chill pill, Mimi. We're also going to see receipts of what Vietnam, and Indonesia as well are doing with global standards and integration. We're going to see those receipts tonight. Frida Young, come on, young lady. Thank you, Rex. Oh, if we had a vote, the music is winning. That's true, Jeremiah. Very true. Hey, Jeremiah, have you began to reach out to your banks there on the island? If you need help, let us know. You just don't want to be distracted, as Dada. I see. You want to maintain your focus. Dung Chi Tran. Folks, look what Dung Chi Tran from Vietnam just typed into the chat. I was hearing dong equals silver. You're right on the money, as a matter of fact. Goldilocks shared an article this week about the dong and silver, and how Vietnam is backing the dong with silver. Dung Chi Tran from Vietnam, you are 100% correct. Hey, not about the nail. How's it going, my good brother? Come on in. Come on in, beautiful folks. Come on in. That's right, Alice. That's right. Yes, indeed. Welcome to everyone. Beautiful people, it is Saturday Night Dialogues, May the 2nd, 2026. We are at that point where we have another 5 minutes. We're going to kick off live. We've been here for 30 minutes since 8:30 with our early check-in, Q&A. Each and every one of you that are now coming on to the live, we welcome you with love, with peace, prosperity. If you have questions, drop them into the chat. We are officially live now In 5 minutes, the dialogues will begin. We're going to jump right into this at 9:05, fast and furious. And then we're going to get to the amazing Kathy, who's going to share her most recent update with her bankers. And we're going to get feedback as well from the beautiful Brunette Graham and Lady Unique. We're going to get there. So come on in, beautiful people. We got 4 minutes countdown to when we officially, at the dialogues, will jump right into it. Come on in, come on in. For all you new folks, we welcome you once, we welcome you twice, we welcome you 3 times in the name of Jesus Christ. Come on in, beautiful people. If I sound a little tired today, folks, bear with me. I'm gonna need all of y'all's energy tonight. I'm gonna give you the best that I got. Oh, you're welcome, Angel, or Angela Smith. Ah, okay, it was election week in the country. Okay, got you, Jeremiah. Blessed one, come on in. And okay, and you're a police officer. Okay, totally understand, Jeremiah. Just know, Jeremiah, whatever steps you take, especially in on the island there in the Caribbean, don't hesitate to drop your questions here into the chat. We're going to help you out. You know, I'm gonna need it. I might need it tonight, Brunette Grand. Some cheesecake pickup. All right, in 2 minutes, we're gonna get kicked off. Come on in, beautiful folks. And where is Peculiar Ram? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? I haven't seen Peculiar Ram yet. Hey, Diva. Because I want to make sure we are set and get kicked off on time and on the money. 2 minutes. It's go time. Thank you so much, Alice. Appreciate you, beloved. I almost couldn't sleep last night thinking about this call. And what I'm going to share with you all tonight, Goldilocks is going to share more in depth about a whole lot of things, but especially what I'm going to have Kathy briefly read tonight. It's going to be brief, but very, very powerful. Thank you, Jai. You know that's what we're all about, showing the actual receipts from the sources. No opinions, no gut feelings, only receipts from the actual sources. That's the way that Goldilocks has always done it. All right, beautiful folks. We are here. We are officially getting kicked off. It is a beautiful, beautiful, amazing night to have Saturday night dialogues to be kicked off. We're going to jump into some prayer and get going. Father God, we always humble ourselves. We humble ourselves before you. Without you, there is no us. Without you, there will not be the opportunity for this amazing generational wealth that we are all awaiting for. We thank you for the signs and the wonders that you have been able to bless Goldilocks with, so that we can all see it, and that you've blessed me with the ability to articulate it to the people, And we thank you, Father God, for the tribe, the many, many people that are here who have been with us from the very beginning and who they continue to pour out and be a blessing to others. We thank you for them all. We ask you in your precious name to continue to bless us, guide us, protect us. We pray. Amen. All right, real quick, folks. Tonight, the topics, the global currency reset report. We're not going to go into the all in depth of it, but we're going to show you. Global currency reset is in writing. We're going to show you. I don't want to give you too much right now. Then also we're going to show you where, of course, the CBI, the Central Bank of Iraq governor, is speaking about the huge plan for the banking system in Iraq. Goldilocks showed it this week. I'm pretty sure some people may have missed it. In case, we're going to show it to you tonight. And then the integration, the global integration of XRP, which is the bridge asset for the Dinar, for the Dong, for every currency. We're going to show you what happened yesterday, May 1st, at Goldilocks shared about XRP and within the global banking system. Then Vietnam, Indonesia, and Iraq on this week's global integration and standards that they have implemented, and we're going to get on into that. All right. For those real quick, Goldilocks QF Dialogues Room. Just a quick announcement. That is where it's been ground zero for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, where Goldilocks articles are dropped in there. We were there. It's a read-only room now, but we were there 6 days a week, 12 hours a day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night, pouring into this amazing community. And those folks are here. We are all here as well, now live on YouTube. Then we have Goldilocks Global Banking News right here where you're tuning in, live streamed on YouTube. And the Goldilocks Global Banking News channel is touching 2.9 million views, touching 23,000 subscribers, and growing 80 countries plus as well. And then, of course, Goldilocks Global Banking News website. It is live. It is well. The 8 steps are there. The guidance is there. And it is for each and every one of you to use as a resource, especially for those who want to establish their relationships with banks. The 8 steps are right there. I want to quickly acknowledge the amazing members who supported the community through Super Chat last week. The awesome, beautiful Brunette Graham, man of few words, our Lobster Lady, our another member, Lobster Lady from Vietnam, and then MS as well. We appreciate you for supporting the community and through Super Chat and getting the word out. Thank you so much. Nova Knickers, thank you so much, beloved, for sharing last week on the call your amazing updates with your banks and what you've done. You shared the mistakes you've made, the corrections that you've implemented as a result of following the steps, as a result of listening and being guided here. Thank you for sharing last week your amazing success. Thank you so much, beloved. Also, Nova Knickers, thank you also for sharing. You shared that you also got back in the ring. You had your wealth manager already established for a year, and you just decided you just got another one. Thank you for sharing that. All right, folks. Also, later we're going to have Kathy that is going to, and folks, you do not want to miss. You do not, folks, trust me, you don't want to miss what Kathy's going to share with you about about her latest update with her bankers and what they've shared with her. You don't want to miss it. And then we're going to have the beautiful Brunette Grant and Lady Unique that's going to come on with us as well along. Then we have, of course, the amazing Peculiar Ram. And I think Peculiar Ram... Let me hear your sound. Peculiar Ram, can you unmute? I want to make sure I can hear you. We're going to jump into the main room later, Peculiar Ram, so don't worry. Don't worry about the main link right now, all right? Let's go. We're going to jump on into the main room later, Peculiar Ram, because I just didn't want people to jump in here in the side room at the beginning of the call. All right, folks, let's go. Okay, folks, is my sound good now? For some reason, you guys can't hear me. I know what to do. I know what to do. Don't worry, I know what to do. Let's jump into the main room. Peculiar RAM. So you guys can't hear me. I know what to do. Hold on one quick second. Okay, hold on 1 second, folks. 1 second. We're gonna jump into let's jump. I know what to do. Hold on. We're gonna jump into the main room, and then you'll have my sound. Okay. Okay. She-Hulk, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me now. If you can hear me now. All right, I see you, Peculiar Ram. Peculiar Ram, you can unmute.
Hello,
Can you
hello.
hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, beloved,
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you so much. I'm sure. Let me know. Chat, let me know if you can hear me. Or She-Hulk, let me know if you can hear me now. Can't hear anything. All good. We can hear you now. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, beautiful people. So, as you can see, this is an absolute plan that is orchestrated for the revaluation of currencies. And I'm sure, Peculiar Ram, you've been tracking this, you've been watching this, you've been seeing this for quite some time. This is nothing new to you, Peculiar Ram. But all right, young lady, if you can, you're going to start out, my good lady. We're going to go right to the Central Bank of Iraq. Beautiful
Okay.
folks, floor is yours.
All righty. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq, Mr. Ali Mohsen Al-Alaq, received the ambassador of Azerbaijan to Iraq, His Excellency Mr. Eldar Selimov, at the bank's headquarters in Baghdad.
Did you practice those names before the call? You did that real good, girl.
I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you.
Go ahead. You're so silly. Go ahead.
Yes, I did.
I can tell.
Um, what the meeting was about. The announcement, April 2026, describes two expanded meetings between the central bank and private and Islamic banks and electronic payment companies. At a surface level, that might look routine, but it's not. This sits directly inside Iraq's ongoing multi-year banking reform and financial modernization push.
Mm-hmm.
The real significance, what matters beneath the headline. Number one, it's part of a forced restructuring of the banking sector.
1 second, beloved.
This isn't, okay.
It's part of a forced restructuring, ladies and gentlemen, of the Iraqi banking system. And for those that have been following Goldilocks for a while, especially in the last several lives and last several daily episodes, you're going to begin to see how, by following each update that Goldilocks has shared, you're gonna see that they've actually been like breadcrumbs, because they've all lead up to what's now presently being shared when Goldilocks shared it. This is literally breadcrumbs that Goldilocks has been sharing. But folks, the breadcrumbs comes directly from the actual sources: the CBI, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. And speaking of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, folks, there's 4 agencies that oversee the revaluation of currencies: the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, U.S. Treasury, and the BIS. The International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, we're going to see later that Kathy's going to share about the actual global currency reset. You can continue, young lady.
Okay. This isn't just a discussion. It's tied to a mandatory reform framework where banks must comply with stricter standards, merge, upgrade, or exit the system.
Let me explain this. So what this is, directly from the CBI, is that they have implemented and continuously implement various reforms for certain banks within Iraq to comply with international standards, which are strict standards. Before Iraq is able to go international, they must meet the international standards, and they are very strict. Now, if there are certain banks within the Iraqi banking system that does not meet their standards, these international standards, they got to exit. They got to go bye-bye. There will be a ceremonious divorce. They will not be able to move forward in the new international banking system once the dinar goes international. So this is a cleanup that Iraq is doing within their banking system. The central bank has already laid out. Go ahead.
The central bank has already laid out a stay, merge, or exit pathway system to clean up the sector and improve stability.
Stay, do what's right. Make sure that you are able to abide by the new standards so the dinar can go international. Merge, meaning you convert and merge into the system properly, or you got to go. Let the dough hit you, or the good Lord split you. Basically, go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
These meetings are how that policy gets enforced in practice. Number 2, integration of digital payments into the core system.
This is very important, folks. In the digital payments, in order for, and this is what we've shared several times, new folks, and this is your first time listening to this, where Goldilocks has shared plenty of times. We've seen the reforms that Iraq has implemented, specifically guided by the central bank, that Iraq must integrate into the new digital banking system because, folks, the new digital banking system is the new system that all central banks and all banks around the world had to comply with by the summer of last year. When Goldilocks, D, and myself had several direct calls with the Central Bank of Iraq, this is exactly what they shared with us. In fact, Peculiar Ram, do you remember when we shared the update from the calls that we had, that Goldilocks and D and myself had with the Central Bank of Iraq?
Absolutely.
And this is all, it was about the digital transformation of Iraq, ladies and gentlemen, because Iraq, and it was last year and the year before, we shared those direct meetings, phone meetings that we had with the CBI. And their number one thing, ladies and gentlemen, from the CBI was modernizing Iraq's banking system. Their plan was to get as many dinars off of the street and as many cash dollars, USD, off of the street, mainly to get the Iraqi dinars off of the street and into their banking system, the new digital banking system, so that once the dinar goes international, it can move throughout the international banking system electronically, but as well through meeting the standards of anti-money laundering and anti-terrorist requirements. This has been a process that Goldilocks has reported on for the last several years. This is what they're talking about. Go, young lady. You can continue.
Including electronic payment companies is key. Iraq is actively reducing reliance on cash, building digital payment rails, and aligning with global financial systems.
That reducing reliance on cash is the greenback. Reducing reliance on the U.S. dollar. Because as long as the U.S. dollar remains and is the dominant currency in Iraq, how can any other currency, such as the dinar, be able to gain its prominence? If you can't have, folks, you can't have two kings in the castle. So if the U.S. dollar is the king, what's the U.S. dollar? If the U.S. dollar is the king, the dinar wasn't even the queen, wasn't even the butler in the house. So what do you have to do? You have to get rid of the U.S. dollar. And we are about to see Iraq's plan is just about complete of eliminating the U.S. dollar. We're going to see it here in a little bit. Go ahead, young lady.
This aligns with broader efforts to create a transparent, trackable financial system and reduce dollar leakage.
Oh, I'm glad my brain just clicked back on to work for a second. It went off, but you just read this. It came back on. Folks, for those new folks listening to this, and Peculiar Rand can attest to this because she read the articles, her and the sniper. Oh, as a matter of fact, man, we miss you, sniper. We'll see you next week. I had to give you a shout out.
Yep.
But folks, we show directly from the U.S. Treasury and the sanctions that they imposed on Iranian militias. Where at, Peculiar Rand? Did we lose you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have my voice tonight. I'm sorry. I was pouring drink. My bad. I'm sorry, Freedom. I was muted.
Is it red or is it white?
Is what red or white?
Your drink, because I know it's wine.
Oh, no. It's juice for the boys. No.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead. I know you.
I'm trying to pour in between.
I know you drinking. Go ahead. You pouring drinks for your babies. No, don't give them don't give them the wine. You trying to put them to sleep. But anyways, folks. So I know you got a little NyQuil in there. But folks, but the Iranian militias have dominated the Iraqi banking system, and what the Iranian militias have done, and folks that were on the calls, the lives where we share this, I want you to type facts into the chat, so because you saw it for yourself, where the sanctions that the U.S. Treasury imposed on Iraq's banking system just in September of last year, because the Iraqi militias had control over Iraq's banking system, but what they've been doing is they've been controlling the U.S. dollar in Iraq, because the sanctions, Iran has sanctions by the U.S. where Iran is not able to get U.S. dollars into the Iranian banking system. Therefore, what Iran does is they smuggle U.S. dollars, cash, from Iraq into Iran. And what that has historically done is choked the value of the Iraqi dinar. The demand for the U.S. dollar is in Iraq by the Iranian militias is what has allowed the U.S. dollar to be king of the castle in Iraq for the last 2-3 decades. Now moving to an electronic system away from the manual cash, as many of you know, we like to joke, but the truth is, where the Iranian militias in Iraq, they run the currency exchange game with U.S. dollars and dinar out of trunks of cars, on the corners, from brothels, from bars, everywhere in Iraq. Because that's how Iran is able to get their U.S. dollars. Go, young lady, but that's all changing now. Go ahead.
Okay. In simple terms, this is infrastructure for a modern financial system, not just banking compliance. Number 3, tightening control over liquidity and forex flows. Iraq has had persistent issues with dollar demand spikes and exchange rate volatility. Bringing banks and payment firms into alignment allows the central bank to better monitor currency flows, enforce compliance on foreign transfers, and stabilize the Iraqi dinar.
This is key, folks. In order for the Iraqi dinar to revalue, it has to be stabilized within the banking system of Iraq. It's like if someone has a medical situation. It could be a car accident. It could be someone that's shot by a gun, and you call 911. Any emergency. Immediately, they have to stabilize the body. They have to stabilize you in order to get the shock down so that they can properly diagnose you. They can properly work on you and hopefully save you. In order for the Iraqi dinar to be saved, To be revitalized, it has to be stabilized first. The Iraqi dinar has not been stable for the last 2-3 decades. This is finance, not fairy tale, not fantasy, finance. In order for the dinar to have a new life, the shocks, the pain, the suffering, the emergency of the Iranian militias in Iraq had to come to a halt. They had to stabilize the dinar. And I hope many of you are beginning to question, how has it been that the Iraqi dinar has not been stable, but it could have revalued with being unstable? It don't work like that. But now they're at the point where they are stable. The dinar is actually stable now because of the reforms that the central bank has implemented. Go ahead, young lady. These meetings.
These meetings are part of closing gaps in the Forex pipeline, which is critical for currency stability. Number 4, synchronization before major policy phases, 2026 cycle. The timing matters. The reform program entered active assessment cycles in 2026, cycle 1. That means banks are being evaluated now. Compliance deadlines are active, and structural changes are happening in real time.
In real time. So basically what this is, folks, these banks have to either piss or get off the pot. Let's go. these like them kids gonna be doing from them juice you done gave them. Go ahead.
They already been doing it. These meetings likely serve as coordination checkpoints, enforcement briefings, implementation alignment sessions.
Bottom line,
this meeting is significant because it shows Iraq is moving from policy to execution.
This meeting is very significant, Goldilocks is stating, because it shows Iraq is moving from policy to execution. Policy, folks, as you all are very aware, that is the planning. That's the planning stages. That is the stages of making sure that there's checks and balance. Then there's the execution phase, which is to implement the policies. It signals, go ahead, young lady.
It signals consolidation and cleanup of the banking sector, rollout of digital financial infrastructure, tighter control over currency and capital flows, and alignment with international banking standards.
Alignment with international banking standards. Why? Stable. The dinar is stable. They digitized it. They're digitizing it. They're not completely there yet, but the policy is now in the execution phase. In macro terms, go ahead.
In macro terms, this is foundation building for currency stability and eventual financial normalization, supply and demand, not a one-off meeting.
Now, what I'm going to do then, I'm going to click to the second link, which is right here, and we're going to go right to what the Central Bank of Iraq Governor Stead is stating. We're going to go right to the article that Goldilocks is stating, is sharing. Iraq has huge plan to transform the banking sector, says the CBI governor. So when folks, when I say huge plan, when I said huge, you see where I got the word huge from, Peculiar Rand, when I wrote it in the to let y'all know. That's where it came from. I didn't make it up. It wasn't just something I pulled out of I won't say that, but from the CBI, so from the CBI governor himself. Now I'm going to scroll down. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going right to Alak. Alak praised the KRGs, which is the Kurdistan Regions Initiative, because what it is, folks, is the Kurdistan region and Baghdad. They've combined their banking systems electronically, and since I gotta say this, I gotta say it since it's in writing about Kurdistan. Because you saw in writing, as a matter of fact, tribe. For those that are, all of y'all that saw it yourself, you're all the tribe. Type into the chat, what does the Kurdistan region have to do with the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar? Type it into the chat so people can see that. And you've seen the facts, the receipts from the Iraqi constitution, from the budget and everything else. Type into the chat, what does the Kurdistan region have to do with the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar? Because what does the Kurdistan region have to do with the Iraqi dinar exchange, the revaluation of the dinar?
Nada.
Now, but I had to say that, folks, just so you know. Now, especially like when this is Alak praised. Let's go here. Alak, the Central Bank of Iraq, his the governor's name is Alak, praised the KRG's initiative, which is their joint meeting, saying it won't change everything, but it will change something for sure. Now, let's get into what he's talking about. Quote, especially like when you offer new tools for people. Here we go. New technology. This is the modernization and the digitization of the Iraqi dinar. This is exactly what the central bank discussed with Goldilocks, D, and myself. Easy to use. And you will save money and you will save time. This is for the people of Iraq and their banking system. He continues, I think you will attract more and more people. The CBI governor said, lauding the Kurdistan region's Prime Minister Barzani's vision and will toward a cashless economy. Getting rid of cash? What cash? Called the US dollar. Let's continue. Speaking to Iraq's broader strides toward a better banking sector, Alak said that Baghdad and Erbil are in close coordination, adding that the plan we have it's a huge plan. You hear it again? You see it again? It's a huge plan. This is the CBI's governor saying the plan we have, it's a huge plan. It will not change the whole sector. So this plan for what the whole entire system in Iraq is all about digitizing, and this is a huge plan. This is because he understands the trajectory of the banking sector in the Iraqi dinar. Now, what I'm about to read to you, calm your nerves, calm your mind, pay attention, and listen carefully, and don't run fast to second and third base. Stay at home plate and watch. He continues. We expect that in 2 or 3 years we will see a totally different sector. End quote. He stressed, folks, when he says that, he's speaking about the finalization of the results overall. He is not speaking about the dinar revaluing in 2 or 3 years. He's just giving a projection of when they will see the most effect of the electronic system. That is all. Okay. He continues, I think one of the biggest plans within the country in general. So we are optimistic about the plan. This is this huge plan. Now, I'm going to read this slow so you understand. In late September, this is late September of last year, 2025, the CBI announced a plan to end US dollar cash payments in the government institutions by July of 2026. Folks, that's in 2 months, as part of the nationwide shift to electronic payments. July of 2020, that's in 2 months. As a matter of fact, 1 second, I'm going to show you something else, because we shared this with you. We shared this with you all just a few weeks ago that Goldilocks put out. And here we have now the CBI governor saying the same thing, but I'm going to show you this from here. Right here. The Central Bank of Iraq issued the Electronic Payment Service Regulation. This is a reform which came into effect last year, 2025. The regulation replaces the outdated 2014 framework, established legal mandate for digital payments. The directive is absolute. The government institutions and public facilities were to phase out cash payments entirely by July of 2026. This is a major, huge milestone to get the US dollar out of Iraq so the Iraqi dinar can become king in Iraq. Okay? Now, we are going to jump to a very important part of the dinar and also every other currency to be able to exchange in the new digital banking system. It will not happen without XRP. Now, what Peculiar Ram is about to read for trade and settlement, which is settlement, folks. Let me preface this so you understand. Settlement. You see this right here? Right here? Settlement? That's the settlement of a currency exchange. When you exchange one currency into the other, that's a settlement. When you deposit, I know plenty of y'all, you got those big paychecks. Y'all get those direct deposits. Y'all make all that good money from your jobs. You get that direct deposit, hit that bank, boom, it's settled once it is finalized. You make a withdrawal, you go in and you withdraw your money, whatever you do, and it's finalized, it's settled. So settlements of trade is settlements through XRP, which will be settlements of large transactions, which will include foreign currency exchanges. Go, young lady. Floor is yours.
Okay. Coinbase is activating trade at settlement TAS for XRP futures contracts on its derivatives platform starting May 1st, 2026.
This just started yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday was a major milestone for XRP integrating into more and more banks and more systems throughout the world. XRP is the absolute 100% asset that will be utilized to exchange the dinar in every currency into whatever home currency you will. Go ahead. This tool.
Mm-hmm. This tool lets large institutional traders like hedge funds, asset managers, or pension funds execute big block orders at the official daily closing settlement price, typically 4 p.m. Eastern, I guess is that Eastern Standard Time. And instead of trading against live fluctuating intraday prices.
This is very important, folks. This tool that XRP is now integrated as of yesterday for trade and settlement lets large institutional traders like hedge funds, asset managers, ladies and gentlemen, if you have your wealth managers established, that is asset managers. Institutional traders, these are the large financial institutions, will be able to move an unlimited amount of money throughout the banking system through XRP. If you have your wealth managers established, you have institutional investors, you have asset managers. If you are set, type into the chat, set. Type into the chat, set. Because you are set, and you're about to see how set you really are in a little bit when we go to receipts on the global currency reset. And these institutional traders, which are institutional money, asset managers, you're going to see in a little bit. Go, young lady.
The TAS is already available on Coinbase for Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, and crude oil futures. Mm-hmm. Adding XRP puts it on the same institutional footing as these established macro commodity assets. Mm-hmm. It reduces execution risk and slippage for high volume trades, making it easier and more predictable for big players to build or adjust large positions without unintentionally moving the market against themselves.
This is key, folks. When Goldilocks shares this, and I'm going to break this down, hopefully to the last pound so you understand. When Goldilocks says regarding what's happening with XRP, it reduces execution risk and slippage for high volume traders. High volume traders, for those of you who have your banking relationships, those are high volume trades because the banks, the institutions are the ones who trade Forex daily in the trillions. Those are high volume trades. making it easier and more predictable for big players. Who are the big players? Those are the institutions, the global financial institutions that many of you already have your banking relationships with. And the big players to build or adjust large positions. 1 trillion, 2 trillion, 10 trillion Forex transactions. Those are large positions. XRP will now allow these institutions to move foreign currency in large trades via XRP via instant settlements instantaneously. Go ahead, young lady. This development follows
the SEC and CFTC's joint classification of XRP as a digital commodity in March 2026, which cleared regulatory hurdles for treating it like other commodities in futures markets. It applies to both full-sized and nano XRP futures on Coinbase derivatives and is overseen to prevent manipulation. In short, it's a structural upgrade that signals growing institutional acceptance of XRP, improves liquidity access for serious capital, and aligns it more closely with traditional finance tools used for major assets. Overall, it reinforces XRP's shift from a retail-focused token toward a regulated macro asset in institutional portfolios.
Where institutions now, ladies and gentlemen, are actively getting involved to move currency around the world using XRP. Hold tight. Then what we're going to do is go to the link that Goldilocks also shared here. And I am going to boom, right here. This is the second link. Coinbase is giving XRP the same institutional futures tool it gives Bitcoin and gold. I know for some of you that might be triggered by Bitcoin, just ignore it. Go to gold. So I don't want to go over it. Coinbase is giving XRP the same institutional futures, meaning the same cachet. Coinbase has filed with the CFTC. Folks, CFTC is Commodities Futures Trade Commission. All currencies in the new banking system will be backed by commodities, gold, silver, agriculture products, so forth and so on. That's why the Commodities Future Trade Commission, which oversees all global commodities, folks, the natural resources in every country, what are they? Commodities. And it's now to activate trade at settlement for XRP. XRP will move the commodities. XRP will move electronically all of those natural resources electronically through the new banking system. When did it go official on the futures platform? Yesterday, May 1st. It's in the same, XRP is alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, and oil as institutional traders. For those that have wealth manager relationships, that's them. And execute on official settlement pricing. What you're going to see in a little bit, beautiful folks, is how these institutions are ramping up in preparation for the global currency reset. Now we're going to go to Vietnam. The floor is yours, young lady. The floor is yours.
Okay. Vietnam's national blockchain platform, NDA Chain, has completed the country's first cross-border on-chain transaction through a proof of concept involving verified participants from Vietnam and Indonesia.
Okay, 1 second, beloved. I want to preface this. For many of you new folks, you may not know what cross-border is. Vietnam's national blockchain platform. And you got to know, folks, Vietnam is coming for their rightful place in the global banking system. Vietnam and the Dong. Vietnam's national blockchain, this is all electronic movement of money, has completed the country's first cross-border on-chain transaction, and it was done between Vietnam and Indonesia. These are two different countries. They tested a large movement of dong. For those that know, chat, tribe, type into the chat, what is cross-border payments? What's cross-border? You've seen it in black and white. You've seen the receipts. What is cross-border? Exactly. Foreign currency exchange. The transaction allowed, go ahead, young lady.
The transaction allowed secure and compliant cross-border settlement without transferring raw personal data between jurisdictions. Instead, verified digital credentials were used, helping reduce compliance friction while protecting sensitive information.
Folks, what this is protecting the information of the institutions, where you have Vietnam and their large institutions moving large amounts of dong into Indonesia, into their banking system, and vice versa, and making sure they protect the sensitive information of the financial institutions, which in turn, when the time comes, will protect the sensitive information of the individuals, the regular day people, and their transactions. Go, young lady, presented at the launch.
Presented at the launch of the On-Chain Finance Network, the OFN, this milestone strengthens NDA Chain's role as a trusted infrastructure layer for digital finance and cross-border commerce in Southeast Asia.
What this is, and we have one or two members right now in the chat from Vietnam. In fact, I can't even pronounce your name, but from Vietnam, Nin Chuck. Forgive my tongue for saying it wrong, but I'm sure you're very familiar with this because you typed into the chat about silver and the dong later. Folks, this is the movement of large amounts of Vietnamese dong finally moving cross-border Forex transactions between institutions for the first time. Never been done before in Vietnam. Then we're going to show you this quick graph. This graph I don't like the way this looks on the screen, but I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, we'll do it like that. Now, we have to the left, all right, Vietnam and the technology for moving the Vietnamese dong. Let's say what this particular historical transaction has done. It moves the dong in the trillions cross-border into the Indonesian banking system. Now, this can be the Vietnamese dong moving into the U.S. banking system, the Vietnamese dong into the Mexican, the Russian, the Iraqi, whatever banking system, Aruba, our island man, Vietnamese dong into the Indonesian banking system. Cross-border, as you all know, is foreign currency exchange. But with this new technology and with this accomplishment that they've just done, it allows the dong to move in the trillions, unlimited, instantly. Before, in the old banking system, this technology didn't exist. It would take 5 to 7 days of millions or billions to move to another banking system within SWIFT, the SWIFT banking system. Now the dong can move instantly through the new technology. Does that make sense, Peculiar Ram?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go. Now, real quick, we're gonna go. She's gonna read to you the CBI, the Central Bank of Iraq, again, and their Basel III, which is the capital requirements, gold. All of this are requirements that Iraq just announced that they've met. This is a law firm that was auditing the CBI on their international standard implementations. Go ahead, young lady. The Central Bank of Iraq.
The Central Bank of Iraq is in the midst of implementing Basel III standards as part of its 2024 to 2026 strategic plan, which includes significant reforms to align with international banking standards and strengthen the financial system.
Here we go with those international standards. And this is an actual full report by a law firm on the CBI. This is a plan from 2024 to this year. Why do you think by July 2026, in 2 months, was to get rid of the US dollar in many of their transactions in their institutions? This is an actual plan that they've been implementing. Oh, but Freedom, I thought there were secrets. I thought that there were people back in secret rooms when they had hoods on and they were talking in code and eating cheesecake, talking about the RV. No, folks. This is a public plan that if you had the information, access to it like Goldilocks does and brings it to the people, you can see it and you can follow it. This is how we get prepared at the banks. This is how so many of those have been following Goldilocks for the last several years, and we've been bringing it to them. I've been breaking it down. Are prepared. All right. Indonesia, same thing. Let's go. Indonesia.
As of 2026, Indonesia is in the active implementation phase of Basel III, often referred to as the endgame or final standards, and has already implemented foundational elements that allow for enhanced monitoring and management of foreign currency exchange rate changes.
So Basel III, folks, just so that you know, Iraq has been compliant. Now they're finishing their implementation. And here we have Indonesia doing the same thing. And guess who else? You can go right ahead. Vietnam. Go ahead.
Vietnam is currently in the transitional endgame phase of Basel III implementation, which allows banks to voluntarily apply new standards, including refined risk-weighted asset calculations that impact foreign currency exposure ahead of the official deadline.
Folks, Basel III, just so you're aware, I don't want to assume that many of you are aware, so I'll quickly tell you what it is. The Basel III requirements, especially as a result of the 2008 financial crash, the Basel III Basel III requirements were implemented so that banks don't fail. All banks around the world, large banks, especially tier ones, must have an adequate amount of capital, meaning money, gold, and foreign currency reserves, whereby all of those combined will protect that bank from a financial crisis like 2008. Iraq is compliant, Vietnam's compliant, Indonesia, most of the banks around the world are compliant, and they're implementing the final stages of such reforms. So just imagine the Dinar, the Dong, the Rupiah, and several others. As they revalue, they are protected. Okay, now let's go. And that's it. What we're going to do now, Now, if Kathy, Lady Unique, and the beautiful Brunette Grand, if you can come on in and join us real quick. Folks, you're about to see now a quick snippet about the global currency reset, receipts in writing. And this is going to be a teaser of what's going to be shared by Goldilocks sometime next week, but we're going to give you a snippet of it about the global currency reset. All right. What I want to do real quick, and so as the ladies come and join us, let's get some music here. They're going to be joining us, and then we're going to go right into a receipt on the global currency reset. Kathy is going to share her latest update from her wealth management firm, her tier one banks, and oh my Lord, I saw the update that she shared with me. Whoo, I can't wait till you all hear it. Yes, Lord. Okay. All right, ladies, are you? Okay, I see you. All right, we are good. We are good to go. I see them in the chat. Kathy, we're going to come to you first, and then Brunette Grand and Lady Unique. Then we'll come to you. Kathy, if you can unmute.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How you doing, my good lady?
I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Good. Good to hear
Thank you.
your
Thank you.
voice. Folks, this is Kathy, the beautiful Kathy, one of our amazing founding members. She's been with us. She is, when you guys hear her story tonight, you're going to be on the edge of your seats. Before we get into your amazing update with your bankers, young lady, uh, what I would like to do is you're going to I'm gonna share something on my screen. I'm gonna ask you to read it. But before I do, I have folks. I would like to chat. I would like some quick group participation. And I'm gonna open the chat so I can see. I just need to do this, Kathy. Folks, folks, if I have a question for you all, and this is a very humble question. If God Almighty came down and
Take your bra off
and
and switch
Wait.
to this one now.
go ahead. If God Almighty, folks, granted you, was so gracious to bless you with wealth, okay, and God said you have to travel to meet a team of people that He has designed just for you to obtain this wealth. And I'm talking about millions, at least. But you had to travel 100 miles to get there. But you have, and you have until next Friday to arrive, or else you're going to miss out on this opportunity that God is blessing you with. But there's one issue. You have no transportation. You have no way to get there. But you need to travel 100 miles. I would like for you, chat. I would like for you to type into the chat if you will either do one or two things. You will either, one, find a way to get there. You have no transportation. If you will either, one, find a way, type find a way in the chat, or if you will wait and see if someone can come just pick you up. You're making phone calls and you're waiting for people to call you back and tell you that they'll drive you there. Will you find a way by next Friday, or will you just wait for someone to call you back to give you a ride? What would you do? I would like to see, chat. Gina said, I'll walk. Gina Love said, I'll walk. Rent a car. Okay. I see you. Oh, bling a lot. I see you. You gonna walk. Alles, I'll walk. Gina Love said, I'll find a way. Main Mama, find a way. S. Dot, find a way. Blessed One, find a way. Jai, find a way. Paul, find a way. Nova Nickers, you'll ride a pony. You got goats, you got ponies, you got plenty of way. See, I love it. You will hitch a ride on a drone for that grant. You will find a way. Now, for those that are listening, for those that are watching, I know many of you, I see Lyft. You will find a gift plasma because you will find a way. But there are some people right now that have foreign currencies. They are coming into wealth. But guess what? They don't believe in finding a way. They believe in waiting for a notification. Lord have mercy. Kathy, let's go.
Okay, are you guys ready?
What would you do,
Here we
Kathy?
go.
What would you do? Will you find a way, or will you wait for?
I would definitely find a way.
I'm sure you would. Now,
Yeah.
folks, before Kathy shares what she's about to share with you, and pay attention. Kathy, let me ask you this. Before you share your bank story with everyone, you have a tier one bank relationship and a private wealth management firm?
Yes.
Okay. So when did you begin establishing your relationship with the tier one and the private wealth management firm?
Last year.
Last year. What month?
Oh, it's probably early last year.
Like January, February?
Yeah, like February-ish.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. And based on the update that you're going to share tonight, are you ecstatic that you were ahead and it began to establish that relationship back then, last year?
Absolutely.
Now, folks, I'm going to ask the amazing Kathy to read something. What she's going to read is only a crumb of what we are going to share with you next week about the global currency reset. Remember, she just told you she established her relationship beginning of last year. Kathy, I'm going to share my screen. I would like for you to read the text in the red box.
Okay. I'm getting on. Hang on. This is on YouTube, right?
And yeah, you can do it on that's fine. Wherever you can see it.
Okay. Okay, let me see it because I don't see it there. Let me look in Telegram.
That's fine too. Yeah, and Telegram's fine too.
I'm looking. I am
Oh,
looking.
you know what? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share. What I'm gonna do? I know what to do. Hold on. I'm gonna share it.
Okay.
I'm gonna share it. Hold on. I'm gonna share it with you.
There it is.
You can see it?
I see it now. Yep, I see it now.
Go ahead.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
Oh, ooh, fine. Yeah, you read it. You read it real quick, didn't you? Go ahead.
I am. Global Currency Reset Explained. What it means for your wealth management.
Oh, did you say you established your relationship with your bankers early last year? Your wealth management firm?
Yeah, I did.
Now read this in red box again. What does it say about your wealth management firm?
In the lower red box.
The first red box. I just want you to repeat it one more again.
Global Currency Reset Explained. What it means for your wealth management.
Are you now even more ecstatic that you got your
I am.
relationship with your wealth management firm? Now,
Absolutely.
I'm going to read the others on top of the second red box real quick. Folks, this is going to be shared next week by Goldilocks, and we're going to go into more detail. But I'm just going to next week, not now. What is a global currency reset? Folks, wealth management firms are talking about it. This is why. In fact, chat, tribe. Type into the chat. You got your wealth management relationships already established, and you've been getting updates, emails, newsletters from your wealth management firm about global currencies. Just type fire emoji, heart emojis, whatever words you want, as so forth and so on. And then while you do that, I'm going to read, what is a global currency reset? This is the table of contents. It continues. Who stands to benefit or lose from a global currency reset? Folks, this is in writing. How could the reset, meaning the global currency reset, affect the U.S. dollar and global markets? What is Iraq getting rid of? The U.S. dollar. What's going to be affected? The global markets. By what? The global currency reset. What's the role of gold, silver? That's going to back our currency, all currencies. The role of the IMF, the SDRs, the special drawing rights, the World Bank, and global institutions. The IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund. I told you there's 4 major agencies that oversee all currencies and a global currency reset. The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank is the other, and 2 others, the U.S. Treasury and the Bank of International Settlements. In black and white. But this is just a snippet of the whole entire report on the global currency reset. And folks, this report on the global currency reset is a whole entire report how wealth management firms are preparing their clients. It even in the report, it shows in black and white where wealth management firms are classifying their existing clients as high net worth individuals because they have foreign currencies in their portfolios. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, Wiley, myself, Goldilocks, over the last year and a half, almost 2 years, we were the first and only source to share with you all the eight steps to begin establishing your relationships with wealth management firms. We knew they knew what was coming. It's no secret. However, we are in the know. That's why we prepared you all in advance over the last year and a half or two to begin establishing your relationships with the wealth management firms. Now, what we're going to touch on now, folks, before Kathy shares her amazing bank story, is there's a difference, folks, between a tier 1 bank and a private wealth management firm. I'm going to say this because I want to make sure you understand, for those that listen to this, because a lot of you may be new. You may be hearing the success of all these amazing people and their banking relationships, and you're not aware that you exchange your currency at a tier 1 bank. You're not going in to position yourselves for the wealth manager to exchange your currency. Your currency is exchanged at the tier 1 bank. Then you can move your wealth. You can move it to a private wealth management firm if you want to, once you've already established your relationship up front. Or you can do what plenty of people are doing, is you exchange at a tier 1 bank, and you can use that tier 1 bank's wealth management department. But there is a difference between what a tier 1 bank wealth management department can and cannot do and a private wealth management firm. A private wealth management firm is not as regulated as a tier 1 bank wealth management department. A private wealth management firm has a little more flexibility. They can get into the gray line, the gray area, if you will, to be more aggressive with your wealth when you exchange your foreign currency. So think of a tier 1 bank wealth management department as more corporate, more conservative, I should say. A private wealth management firm, not as conservative because they can get more aggressive. For example, I was just using hypotheticals. Let's say you exchange at a tier 1 bank and you exchange 10 million and you move that 10 million from that tier 1 bank into the wealth management firm. But that relationship that you've already established up front with the wealth management firm is already set and prepared to move your money from the tier 1 bank into your trust account or your brokerage account in the wealth management firm. Well, they will take that 10 million and flip it to 15, 20, so forth and so on over time. Now, there are plenty of members, ladies and gentlemen, that have relationships with both the tier 1 and the wealth management firm, and they are diversifying between the tier 1 bank wealth management department and the private wealth management department. You can absolutely do that. I encourage you to diversify. We encourage you all to have more than one wealth manager. So I just want to clarify, because I know many of you may be a little confused and not realizing that you will not exchange with your wealth manager. You will exchange at a tier 1 bank. But let me say this, because I want to bring clarity to what I just said. Is it possible that based on the relationship you established, that a private wealth management firm can exchange your currency on your behalf? Yes. Whereby this is where we shared it with you a little bit ago about the institutions, asset managers. Like, for example, the screen, the graph I showed you where Vietnam exchanging through cross-border payments, exchanging huge, large amounts of dong with Indonesia through Forex. That's institution to institution. An individual off the street cannot go in and exchange their millions, billions, whatever they have, they can exchange that with another institution at the institutional level. Only an institution can do that, which is a wealth management firm. However, many of our members, based on the relationships that they've established with private wealth management firms, those private wealth management firms, being that they are institutions, have agreed upon exchanging our members' currencies on their behalf as an institution. That is where a exchange contract, a currency exchange contract, can be signed within a private wealth management institution that is willing to do that on your behalf. Now, that is not where you go in and say, oh, can you do this for me? No, you establish your relationships, and the 8 steps that we have outlined, that's proven, tried, and true, is all you have to follow, and you'll be just fine. Like many of these people, like Kathy, you'll hear tonight. So I just wanted to clarify that so you understand the difference. So understand, a tier 1 bank and their wealth management department will take your exchange funds from within their institution, but that's not at an institutional level like a private wealth management firm. There's pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages between the two, maybe, slightly, possibly. But you're coming into wealth. Don't trip over pennies trying to get the nickels. The key is to build your relationships first and foremost, and everything will fall in line. Now, my good lady Kathy, what I would like for you to do, did I make that plain and clear, Kathy?
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
If I didn't, you wouldn't tell me anyway. But
No, I would. I would. Well, I will add one thing.
Go ahead.
That, like, you can have at your tier 1 bank with their wealth management division, which is typically a separate entity but housed in that bank.
Mm-hmm.
You can have another wealth manager, right? So that's more diversifying.
That's right. Absolutely.
You go to one outside the bank.
Exactly. What I would like for you to do on that note, I would like for you to share with the people your most recent update and just lay it out, what you did, how you did it. And folks, if you have questions, when we get to that point, we'll have you share it. But what I would like for you to do, what you did for your tier, how you got your tier 1, and then how you got your private wealth management. Please share.
Sounds good. Well, how I got my tier 1. Initially I went with a friend of mine to her tier 1, which is the same bank, different branch. And went in with her and tried to coach her on some things, and it didn't go so well. So I did learn a lot from that. Mm-hmm. And then I went into my tier 1 bank and was asking about foreign currency. And this is a small branch, so I spoke with the manager. Mm-hmm. And they exchange foreign currency there, which is good. Mm-hmm. So I set up an account with them and it said that I am anticipating coming into a large sum of money, but I didn't really say specifically what it was.
Gotcha. So you follow the 8 steps to the T.
Right. Followed the 8 steps. And then he connected me with their wealth manager, which is, he splits between 2 branches up in my area.
Okay.
So I met with him and we set up an appointment so I could bring my trust in and he would submit it to get it approved through their trust department.
Ah.
So I did that. And when we did the follow-up to that meeting, he introduced me, this is at the other branch, he introduced me to the tier 1 bank personal banker manager to set up my accounts. So like my trust account, my trust brokerage account. So we did that, and that was good. So I'm all set up. So when I do the exchange, the money has a place to go. And while I was chit-chatting with this guy, I had both of them in the room. All 3 of us were in one office. So we're chit-chatting a bit, and I asked about the origin of his last name, which is a habit, or I like to find out, where names are from, where people are from. And it turns out he's Iraqi. And he came over, he came over here as a teen. And he's been in the banking world for a while. He's moved up to manager position. So, we talked about it a little bit. We didn't mention the dinar at all because he can't talk about it. And I don't want to talk about it with him. So, but I did mention that it was good to see Iraq reclaiming and plan to rebuild their country. I mean, it's incredible what they've done. And he said that, there's a lot of criminals over there. He said, he talked about it for a while, but that was a summary. There's a lot of criminals over there. And, we couldn't say that much because we're inside the bank. And so we...
when you get outside, it's a different story.
Right, yeah. So I do want to talk to him about it outside the bank. Yep. So that's good. And then the next thing, there's another update that's a very recent update. The president of the bank is going to be doing a town hall with employees and customers and next week. So I'll be attending that with the assistant. Well, what's funny is my sister had moved out to where I am recently and decided that she mentioned currency. So I jumped right in with her. So she bought quite a few. She bought some currencies as well.
Okay.
She went into the same bank and went in and said, I want to talk to the person who actually does the money exchange, the currency exchanges. And because I think they can get me a better rate when I do my exchange. So,
oh my Lord.
So, I know. But you know what they did?
What?
Yeah, she's direct. Yeah.
I can see.
So, yeah. So that person, the person she was talking to said, we're doing a town hall with our president next week. So why don't you come to that? So, and I said, well, sister, then can you take a guest? So I'm going to.
Nice.
So I know my wealth manager is going to be there because he tried to push me off. He's not as comfortable with currency.
He's not ready to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. I said, I wanted to talk. I told my wealth manager a few months back that I wanted to talk about my, my exit plan on what I'm going to do.
Right.
I mean, and he knows I have currency. I was telling him, I told him about the Vietnam dong, and he said, well, they said once it's ready, you're ready to exchange, we can, they'll connect with you. So, so it's kind of, but he's not familiar with currency. So that's one fun thing. So next week we're both going to go and listen to the president of this very large tier 1 bank talk about what's going on in the economic world.
Is it the tier 1 bank that you shared with me in DM?
Yes, it is.
Oh, now with him being present, there is going to be there is going to with him present. There is always, if I can think of a lack of a better term, an entourage. There's going to be a lot of other people there, and this is going to be an opportune moment for you to further solidify and build on the relationships that you've already started to establish, because this is where being outside of the bank is where they will open up to you more. And as you are very aware, since you've been with us for a while, you've heard plenty of other members where outside of the bank is where, and the relationships are established, This is where they begin to open up and talk more.
Right.
And folks, let me say this. This is because, and I'm glad we're sharing this. This is because there's a difference with a tier one bank, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I was saying a few minutes ago about the difference with the tier one being more conservative versus private wealth management firms being a little more flexible. A tier one, you will get more out of them, tier one or private wealth, when they are outside of the office, lunch, dinners, town halls, whatever, till they really get to know you. Once they get to know you, then they own, like Ty Too Pretty on the golf course, with them, or Peculiar Ram at the nail salon with her private wealth manager, or whatever it may be. Once they get to know you, once they get comfortable, and this is all about relationship. I know you're already on that path, Picadis. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to everyone else. Or like, for example, with Brunette Grand, who we're going to hear from in a minute, where her private wealth management, her two private wealth managers came to her home. A tier one bank private wealth manager, an employee, is not coming to anyone's home unless it's personal, and that's your business. But that's not. It's not going to happen because it's more corporate. But diversifying and have one or the two, you're golden. So don't think, folks, oh, I'm better with the private wealth management firm versus a tier one. No. They work hand in hand. Okay. Anything else you want to share, Kathy, that you may have missed with the people, just in case?
No, I think that's it. It's nice to know, though, I will say, that when I go to revalue, that there's a plan in place right away to get things settled and get the money safe and protected.
So you're saying, as a result of having already established these relationships up front, you're set and ready for when the RV happens.
Right. Yes. Correct.
So you're the one that God's blessing you with this wealth next Friday, and you're not waiting for someone to send you an email or call you. You found a way to get there. Is what you did.
Yeah, found a way to get there and get it taken care of, because I anticipate the adrenaline's, we're going to be so excited, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't want to have to think this through in that state of mind.
Exactly. And also, in fact, what I would like for Brunette Grand and Lady Unique to come on. This I'm glad you said that about, because the preparation ahead of time. What many people don't know when it comes to wealth managers, folks, the misconception that is in Dinar land is that banks are going to just be at your beck and call. They're just going to flock over you. They're just going to do whatever they're just going to be so desperate for your business. Folks, that is the furthest from the truth. These banks, they are going to be just as selective as they should. They're not just going to want anyone and everyone to be their clients. That's one. And I'm explaining two, why. As fiduciaries, folks, this is a legal, contractual, licensed responsibility of every wealth manager. It must be quality over quantity, meaning these wealth managers, ladies and gentlemen, only accept a certain amount of clients. And it's not that they're going to accept a certain amount of clients, quote unquote, for the RV. They already have their clients. They've had them for years. 30 clients, 40 clients. In fact, tribe in the chat, for those that have established relationships and you know your wealth manager's already shared with you, how many clients can they and will they only take? 35, 45, whatever it may be, because many of the firms have expressed this. They're not just going to all of a sudden open their a wealth management firm that is only has 100 clients. They're not going to take on 100 more because of in the RV. It's not going to do that, because it will be it will be an injustice and a disservice to the other clients that they already have. It's think of it as a marriage. You have some countries where a man can marry multiple wives. It could be very complicated. For some men, they may say it's complicated with one. So just imagine having 5, 10. They're not able to focus on the one or the few that they have. And it is and trust me when I tell you this, folks, I know personally and professionally, as a fiduciary, it was a requirement. And I don't talk about my own background as much when I got my license as a fiduciary. I'm speaking from experience, not from emotion, not from hype, hopium, gut feelings, or opinions. It's a legal responsibility. None of these wealth managers are going to lose their license to take on new clients, just a whole bunch of new clients, because of a bunch of people coming to some money. This is why we, over a year and a half ago, began to have our members to establish their relationships early. Okay. The beautiful brunette Grant. If you can come to the mic, please, young lady. We're going to get you on here.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You doing all right, young lady?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I got my ice packs on and my leg up on 2 pillows.
Good. You're recovering well from your knee surgery?
Yep.
Beautiful.
It's a long haul, but it'll be worth it in the long run.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I would love for you to share, and you're in the banking industry. For those that don't know, the beautiful brunette Graham, you had 2 private wealth managers that came to your home. Now, yes. I don't refresh my memory. Do you also have a private, a tier 1 bank relationship as well?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 1 tier 1 and how many private wealth management firms?
Okay, I have 1 tier 1 that she is connected with a private wealth firm of that tier 1. Then I have a private, or then I have a wealth firm just by itself. And then I have 2 backups that are both private wealth firms.
Got it. Which one of those is the firm that you have the currency exchange contract with?
That's the Cheesecake Lady.
See, folks, the Cheesecake Lady is. Tell folks what you mean by that. What you call the wealth manager, the Cheesecake Lady.
Okay, I don't know. It's just the way that I do things. I always like to be a host when somebody comes over to the house. Mm-hmm. So what I did was, I invited her over, and I just said, I've got some cheesecake. Would you like to have some cheesecake while we're talking on a personal basis? Mm-hmm. So we started up our conversation on a personal basis first. We talked about family. We talked about our profession. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. And ate her. She guzzled her cheesecake. In other words, we had coffee and all that stuff. And before you knew it, I mean, she had already had my portfolio all set up on her laptop. I mean, this was a 4-hour meeting.
Mm. At your dining room table, at your kitchen table.
Yep. She already had all of my goals divided up, what I needed on a monthly basis, what I wanted, the in the near future, the far future, the present. I mean, she had all of that done.
Mm.
So as time went on, and nothing was mentioned, I never have mentioned anything about currency or nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
But as time went by, she had mentioned that would there happen to be a time where you will need someone to take care of a currency? I said, huh, well, it might be in the future. And
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I'd let you know another services mine is that I do exchange currency for my clients.
Mm-hmm.
And she said you will never have, if you do have currency, you will never have to see a bank. You will never have to go into the bank to exchange it.
Boom. See, and that's powerful. God sent you an angel to. You're the angel because you made a cheesecake first, and it worked very well. But and that's power. That's powerful, 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 because she brought it up to you, and I remember. How long ago was that? Was that last year she came to your home?
Oh goodness, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It was not December.
It was about the summer
It,
of last year.
yeah,
Got it. Right. Right. Okay. Okay. Got it.
but she's also a fiduciary, so she has the power to, you know, to bring the paperwork for the if I want, she can negotiate on the amount.
Yes. And this is, you know what? I'm glad you said that. Boom. Watch this. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna go right back to this. I'm gonna go right back to this right here. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Folks, what she just said is this right here. We went over this. Where excuse me, Vietnam, for example, as an institution, as a country, can exchange with another country, cross-border foreign currency exchange in the trillions, unlimited amount. These within Vietnam are the institutions, wealth management firms, the money movers. They can move back and forth, currency exchange, institution to institution, because they are fiduciaries. What Brunette Grant is expressing to you with her wealth manager who represents a firm, as that firm, they can exchange foreign currency institution to institution. So just like her wealth manager offered it up to her that she can exchange Brunette Grant's currency on her behalf, Brunette Grant cannot. Let's say if this was Brunette Grant right here, and this is let's say this is an institution right here. Brunette Grant, she could go in as an individual to a regular tier 1 bank and exchange currency all day, every day, no problem. But Brunette Grant can't go to this. Brunette Grant cannot go as an institution herself because she's not. She can't go and get institutional rates because Brunette Grant is not an institution. Brunette Grant is not a licensed fiduciary. But guess who is? Who is, though, Brunette Grant?
That is my wealth manager.
Her wealth manager can. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it. This is
So-
my private.
Your private
Yep.
wealth manager is a fiduciary, and that fiduciary, on behalf of her client named Brunette Grant, can go to the institution in exchange for Brunette Grant at a rate that someone else that doesn't have a fiduciary will not get. Does that make
Yep.
sense? I mean, you know that. I'm asking rhetorically to the chat. Does that make sense? But so that's how that works. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And Brunette Grant, if you can explain, go ahead.
He's the wealth manager that made the 2026 wealth manager of the state.
Oh, Oh, the woman. The
She is
woman.
third
Okay.
year. This is her third year she has won this.
Ah. You got the top dog in your state.
I got yeah, she is, and I got one of the top wealth management firms on the other one too. So I
You're well. Mhm.
yep. I'm pretty much set with the best of the best.
Yes. Congratulations, beloved. Congratulations. I know earlier I explained the difference, plus or minus, between tier one banks and what private wealth management firms and relationships. You have both. Did I miss anything? Would you like to elaborate and share based on your experience between the two? If you can, maybe I missed something. You can go ahead and
No,
elaborate.
it's just, oh, of course, both of them will have different things that they can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
But the second one, I really love her too. I mean, she's the nut bread lady. Um, I love her, and
The nut bread lady. Yeah, I remember her.
wrote down every single word that I said.
Oh wow, she took great notes.
I mean, everything. She was taking notes the entire time that we was talking. She didn't have any portfolio or didn't have anything ready like the other one did,
Mm-hmm.
but she took down notes, so that she could have it to get it ready when I needed it. But
Gotcha.
that private wealth firm is pretty huge.
Mm,
So they're one of the top $1 trillion companies. So,
gotcha.
but and I have two others. They're in the background. I've already spoke to both of them, and
Mm-hmm.
one is much in almost every state. And they don't have one back here, but they will have one come down when you need it.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. 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 Excellent. 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 Oh,
Also, my work, we have a wealth manager, a private wealth firm. They're
oh yeah.
separate.
At the bank that
They're
you work at.
Yeah, they're
Mm,
separate from the bank. They have a regular private wealth firm, and it's like 3 or 4 stories high. So they,
mm.
but I decided not to go that direction. For
Ah, gotcha.
I, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Wow. Uh,
Oh, and they put another ad up for foreign exchange payment operations specialists again.
they're hiring more. Okay.
More more foreign exchange payment operations specialists and digital asset analysts. They put those up in the past week.
Mm.
I'm on a medical hiatus for a while, but I
Right.
always check. So
Wow. That is so amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Anything else that you want to add? If not, we're gonna get
no, that's it. And
okay.
Kathy, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Congratulations to you.
Yes, that is so awesome. And I see someone from Canada. I'm gonna that has the 8 steps, and I believe that is Mary Anderson. I'm gonna drop the link into the chat for the FINRA equivalent for you. That is in Canada. I'm gonna drop that into the chat so that you'll be able to follow the 8 steps the same way in Canada that you would looking up FINRA here in the States. I'm going to get that for you. And then Lady Unique, if you can come on, my good lady, if you can unmute. Lady Unique. So I believe Mary Anderson, you're in Canada. I just dropped the FINRA equivalent right into the chat. All right, and that's where you do your due diligence on the wealth manager. And just so that you're aware, you Mary Anderson, look at your first meeting, especially as practice. Don't be concerned about the wealth manager checking all the boxes from 1 to 10. Just go, begin your relationships, follow the steps. Just look at it as practice, because as you begin the first meeting, you're going to learn and prepare yourself for the next. And that's when you'll eventually find the exact fit as you go through the steps in the process. Does that make sense, Mary Anderson? And Lady Unique, I would like you are so good at expressing this as well when it comes to the 8 steps. And if you can add some your knowledge and wisdom to what I just shared about the 8 steps real quick, and then I'm gonna ask you about tier 1s and private wealth. If you can do so, be so kind, beloved. Appreciate it.
My pleasure to help. First of all, I want to stop back just a minute and say, Kathy, go ahead on. That is awesome. You did a fantabulous job. Congratulations to you. Keep on keeping on. You're doing it.
Thank you.
Okay. In regards to 8 steps, and I know some people are like, here she go again.
No,
Yes,
no,
here
no.
I go again.
Be you. Go ahead, girl.
It's most important that you read the 8 steps. Don't just go, okay, do this, do that, do that. No, read them, understand what you're reading, and know that that first step is pivot so you can get through the remaining 7. All right. So do your homework, because this is about you and your futures and what you plan to do. And then by doing that and understanding what you're doing on these steps, then that helps you understand your plan. And if you didn't really have one, this will help you think of one and get it together for yourself. So don't just step, understand the step. And it's okay to ask, like, what does that exactly mean? They're pretty self-explanatory. However, if you had one thoughts in your mind from way back when, and I won't go there, erase it. This is a whole new day for an awesome lesson that's coming your way. So
Beautiful.
that's it on the 8 steps.
Beautiful. Just so you know, Mary Anderson and everyone, release the anxiety and the tension of the energy of, oh my God, I got to do this because I hear that Iraq got a new prime minister and it's happening Friday, so I better follow the steps and
Nope.
folks.
Nope.
In your way, Lady Unique or Kathy, Beauty Brunette Grant, express how that can funk people up.
Well, punk somebody up because you're not concentrating. You're responding to the chaos and confusion in your mind.
Yeah.
You want peace. It ain't gonna be perfect. Your walk ain't gonna be the same as somebody else's, but the whole thing is you're walking.
Right.
So release it, let it go. Just take a deep breath, relax, calm yourself. Don't say, oh, I got the steps and I got to do this. No, like Freedom Fighter said, don't panic. And you might say, yeah, that's easy for you to say. Trust and believe.
And it has
been there, done that.
It wasn't easy for you. You had hiccups. You fell down, but we fall down. But I can't sing. But we get up. But you got up and look where now. What I would like for you to do, between you have private wealth management firm and tier 1. In fact, yeah, you laughing because I remember you mixed the two of them together. But anyway, you have a private wealth management firm and a tier 1 bank, just like tier 1 firm, just like Brunette Grant, right? If I recall.
Yes.
Okay. Now, share with the people the difference, because I want people to know organic. I mean, real. The difference with your journey with your tier 1 and private wealth management firm, and then bring it to where you are, because you're set completely with both of them now, but it wasn't always so peaches and cream. And I don't want the full story because we don't have time, but give a
Thank
quick,
you.
yes, but give a quick summary of what you did, how you did it with both entities, private and tier one, and there you go. And before you do that, Maria Anderson, it doesn't matter that you're in a small town. You can do this remotely. You can do this by Zoom. Plenty of people have done this by Zoom as well, and over the phone with firms. Go ahead, young lady.
Okay. Where I want to start. All right. I established a relationship first of all with my relationship manager at the time, who was later promoted to senior banker, and getting that relationship and talking with her. And they already had my profile from previous business. However,
Right.
it wasn't as extent right as it is today
Right.
or a few years prior.
Right.
But once I got that relationship established with my senior banker, presented at that particular time my plan and certain things that I was looking to do, and making sure that this was the bank that I want. I knew already they were tier one, but I just had to go through that interview process.
Right.
After that, everything went well. They one particular day, she happened to ask me for another meeting and wanted to know if I happened to have my currency with me, which I did, and they validated the authenticity of my currency. And then I was introduced to the wealth manager and the private banker for that particular bank and location, and everything was going fantabulous until I had an accident, until the broker got involved on the wealth management team, and he questioned my investment, and his attitude was, like, he didn't know what I was talking about, or I didn't know what I was talking about. Anyway, it was very discouraging. Knocked me down, but not out.
I remember that.
So, so I did reach out to Freedom Fighter and Uncle Wiley. They helped me get some things together, and I did some immediate homework and found another private firm. And I started working with, at first, the concierge, who took me through all process, the intros and yada, yada, yada. Then I wound up having a Zoom with the wealth manager. And fast forward, we had lunch and all that kind of stuff after I introduced him to my banker. I had a meeting at my bank with this private wealth manager firm. My wealth manager is also an advisor. He's a fiduciary. He's all wrapped up in one. He put a team together for me and has shared so much information with me based on my bio of things that I presented to him, based on this, some studies and homework that we get from Goldilocks and Freedom Fighter and Aquale. So, in working with me, they got to. My thing is, I wanted them to understand their client. And the way that I could conversate with them, that helped.
So what I hear this, I'm sorry, Bilal, I need to cut you off.
Yeah.
So
No problem.
what I hear is this: you wanted them to get to know you.
Yes.
That's key, folks. She wanted them to get to know her, but she's not going in there spilling her guts, about how she threw spit, would blow spitballs in grade school to now. She's not going all the way back to. She just wants to establish a relationship. That's all she's doing. But also what she's doing is not only them getting to know her, but she's getting to know them. Because the bottom line, and I want to express this to you as well, Marie Anderson, and everyone listening to this. When it comes to establishing these relationships, when you follow these 8 steps, beautiful people, you are interviewing the wealth managers. You are interviewing them. It is not that they have any power or authority over you because they are an institution. It's just actually, it is not that in any way, shape, or form that they have power. They Yes, they are important. Yes, they are a conduit between you and your exchange, but it is that relationship that you establish, but you must let them know that you are interviewing other wealth managers. You are interviewing these people to determine whether or not if you want to choose them to manage your wealth. And I'm not saying this is not a place from ego, ladies and gentlemen, where you go in there all pompous, with your tail stuck in the air, acting all cocky, all because you coming into wealth and they just going to bend over. No. You humble yourselves. And the best way to humble yourself is with the knowledge and the information that we share. Because you go in equipped with this information, prepared. Okay. Now, what I would like we're going to wind this down. What I would like for you beautiful ladies, chat, if you have questions for these amazing ladies, type your questions to the chat. Let's get your questions answered. These beautiful folks have their relationships. You see, they have tier ones and private wealth management firms established, set, completely sorted. Type your questions into the chat and we're going to start winding down. Type your questions and I'm going to get some music going here so that we can start the process of getting on out of here. And beloved, while you're here, Lady Unique, if you want to add anything in your infinite wisdom, as you always do, please go ahead. Feel free. And we'll get some questions. If people have questions, we'll get them out to you, ladies. But go ahead, Lady Unique.
I would just like to encourage everyone to embrace what's in front of you and take it seriously. A lot of people still, because I can see it in the chat, some people are still struggling with false information syndrome. You're in the right spot to get it on and get it over with. And I encourage you, once you get it going, don't go in thinking like, I got to know this, I got to know that. No, you can be humble, but you can be straight and to the point of what your goals are. That's why you have the team that you have. They hear you. They're going to work with you. All right? And side note, free to find, you already know this, but I'll repeat, that firm that kicked me to the curb has reached out to me again.
Okay.
But my team has already set me up for diversity, which I had already planned. But I am considering, but I have another plan with my firm right now. When you're talking about the investments and moving funds and all that, part of a strategy that I have, but they're on the back end of it. And I have 2 other wealth management firms. So I have a total of 4. But there's one that is going to rock for me totally because they've already got me set up and introduced to some other diversified contacts.
Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Beautiful. We have some questions for you, ladies. Sally I am. How you doing, Sally I am? I didn't see you earlier, but I see my Sally. We have some questions for you, ladies. Brunette Grand, Kathy, Lady Unique. Can anyone get a wealth manager or only people with a lot of assets? Before y'all answer that, for those that have your wealth managers, this is a common question, and let's help Valier to this question. Type into the chat. Let me ask, because Valley, this folks, type into the chat. How much did you have to put up to establish your relationships with your wealth managers? Type it into the chat. And this is going to answer your question, Valet. And just in case if you're asking this 2-part question, it does not matter how much. If you're asking about how much, if you have an X currency or the other currency, it's not even relevant. The way that we have designed, and through these beautiful people that you hear with their relationships, They help to put together the 8 steps. It's all designed for you to not have to be concerned about that. All right, just so that you're aware. It's not about how much you have. If you had 250,000 in dinar, if you had 10 million in dong, it's not even relevant. Just follow the steps, beloved. Just follow the steps. All right, and I see some other go ahead. You guys can answer that if you want to chime in there as well.
I just typed into the room. Lula Roberts asked about staying in touch with your bank manager at least once a month. That's based on your relationship, and there's nothing wrong with reaching out just to do a simple check-in, how you doing, or if you have a question. So no, there's no like, I can't do it, I just talked to him last month. No, that's part of building the relationship.
That's right. Exactly right. And I see Wiley's questions is number 7 within the 8 steps. TCB 690. Wiley's questions is within the 8 steps. All right. Okay, Valet. I'm glad that helps to answer your question. Thank you so much, Jai. All right. Folks, if you have any more questions, let's get them out. Let's get them in. We got these beautiful ladies that are willing to help you answer your questions. Well, that's right.
Hey, Freedom, I'll jump in with something.
Okay, please do. Let me turn this.
Just a thought.
Go ahead, beloved.
Yeah. So regarding the 8 steps, that's something that you can just save, because as you go through, with your wealth, and you're going to at certain times either need to or want to change wealth managers. So just keep them, and you can use those same questions over and over and over for years.
Yes. Wow. That's powerful. I didn't even think of that, but you're right. Because you can take because they're transferable to for as long as you have your wealth, and as long as many other wealth managers, you can transfer those questions and utilize them and expound on them as much as you want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And may I chime in real quick?
Of course, beloved.
What also helped me with that is, once you got the 8 steps or the questions from Wiley that you want to ask that wealth manager, once you understand the question and apply it to your plan or what you want to do. You might want to say, now, I understand you're a fiduciary, and this is what I'm looking, to get that feedback, because that also, so it's a trigger, like, okay, I'm talking to somebody that knows a little something, So that just wanted to add that little tidbit.
Good. And I see S. asked the question. I'm going to answer this. S. asks, has anyone ever heard of a wealth manager exchanging for someone and being dishonest about the rate and stealing from their client? S. That would be career suicide for a wealth manager. You got to remember, a wealth manager is not an individual into themselves. A wealth manager represents a firm, a wealth management firm that manages assets in the trillions. So the wealth manager is not an individual. So, like, for example, with Brunette Grand's wealth manager, that wealth manager represents a whole entire global firm. That wealth manager, although individual, has a whole entire firm behind her. So that wealth manager won't be going, and she's a fiduciary. She won't be going into exchange Brunette Grand's currency and stealing her money, also because there's a contract that is in place and everything is up front. There's accounts that will be set up, brokerage accounts, escrow, so forth and so on. Attorneys are involved, so forth and so on. This is not a wealth manager that is haphazard meeting you at the Piggly Wiggly or at the Publix or at the Citgo gas station and getting your currency to go exchange it. This is literally a legal process with a fiduciary if you have that relationship. Does that answer your question, S. If not, let me know. I may have to further elaborate. Absolutely.
Also, why FINRA is important.
Go ahead, say it.
That's why FINRA is important. Check them out on FINRA.
Yeah. But excellent question, S. Dot. If you want further elaboration, let me know. But that is very, very excellent question. Thank you, Jeremiah. Appreciate it. Asked me to bring my currency. Rosario Salinas said the wealth manager I talked to asked me to bring my currency in to have it validated. I told him I had dong. Okie dokie, that's interesting. All right, I would like to understand a little more about your process. We don't have time tonight, but that's interesting. Thank you for sharing, Rosario Salinas. Okay, all right, you're welcome, S. Dot. All right, beautiful people, we are going to wind down and get on out of here. I would love to thank all of the amazing people that and founders that shared tonight. Kathy, the amazing Kathy, the beautiful brunette Grand, and our amazing Queen-ager. All right. All right, folks.
17.
17. There you go. All right, folks. When the music stops, we're out of here. We're gonna allow it to go up in volume. If you have questions, go and get them out. When music goes down, we are out of here. We love you, folks. And next week, pay attention what Goldilocks is sharing. When we had Kathy read about the global currency reset, that is a whole entire article that is very in depth about the global currency reset and how wealth management firms are, and many of our members, their wealth management firms are already and have been sharing with them. Now they're beginning to open up more, and it's in writing. You're welcome, Dusty Boots, aka Kathy Nova Knickers. That's right, you got that right, Cheryl. You gotta walk before you run. Rosario, that's it. I would need to understand your relationship first, how the conversation came about. I really can't answer that without having more information. I don't know what type of relationship how you established how the conversation came up. I can't answer that. If yeah. Yeah, so Rosario, we don't have much time to. When you come, Rosario, come back next Saturday, and during the early check-in, and share more information about your conversation with your wealth manager, so we can be of help. But we don't have much time to go into depth on that tonight. Okay. All right, beautiful people, everyone, have a good night. Be well, be kind, stay in love, and more coming next week. It's getting hot. All right, everyone have a good night. We love you. Be well. Ciao, ciao.